Hello everybody and welcome. I'm going to be starting a video series I'm going to call The List. I have a lot of projects going on and I tend to be a bit of a scatterbrain when it comes to remembering everything, so I've written down a list of all my different projects, and I'm going to be taking you through that list the best I can. Some things won't be video worthy, but some of it should be pretty fun. Starting off today, we gotta do a daily routine on the pool here. So I figured I'd take you around to some of the improvements I've made to the pool. My apologies again for the last video and the very poor audio quality. So first improvement I got here is a pressure gauge. And this pressure gauge, as you can see, is extra large. I connected that there so that when you're vacuuming the pool you can see it from just about anywhere. And the little hose runs along the bottom of that wall there and connects to the top of the pump. I custom machined an adapter to fit on the top of the pump. I made that out of glass-filled nylon, very strong. And I get some brass fittings there. It goes up to the needle valve so I can open and release any trapped air. And you notice there's a standard air line fitting there. When you shut down for the season, you got to blow the water out of the lines, and that makes it very easy to connect the airline. Just remember, if you do something like that, you got to be careful not to exceed the pressure that your filter system is rated for. So right now it does not need a backwash. Generally, if it's over 15 psi, I will do a backwash, but it does need the basket cleaned out on the main pump. So I'm going to take care of that. I'm also going to fill the chlorine dispensers and check the other baskets for leaves as well. One of the other upgrades I've done is I added an audio system. Just a really cheap car radio. I power with a 12-volt power supply with an old antenna and a couple of really inexpensive speakers stuffed into modified salad bowls. Sounds pretty good. Decent enough. Okay, clean enough. Now this basket only goes in one way. It's a slightly trapezoidal shape. Chlorine is not good to breathe in, so what I do is I open the cover and then walk away. Alright, the fumes have dissipated enough. Here's another upgrade I made. It's a big black pipe. It helps to warm up the water a little bit. Takes the output directly from the high pressure nozzle, runs it around up here where it falls by gravity. Into this pipe, down the walkway, over there, and then back eventually into the pool. And as the sun hits the black pipe, it warms it up, and in turn warms up the water slightly. On a pool this big, that isn't much heating, but it gets at least 1 or 2 degrees warmer than normal. So, one of the other upgrades I made is this railing from my mother and my sister. So that goes on there. You can secure it with this eye bolt here, stainless steel. I made a little bronze adapter. Threads into the existing threads, which were much larger, down to 1/4 I think the existing threads were 3/8 24, I think, if I remember right. That's quite a few years ago. So it secures in there. It's got a pivot right there. They're anchored into the concrete blocks. It goes all the way along down to the railing here, where I just secure it with a couple dozen wraps of tight rope. Another upgrade we had done was a lift chair. So it uses water pressure from a garden hose, and it safely lowers and raises people in and out of the pool. Over here we have the water distribution. So right now I'm actually filling the pool. That's what that sound is. Currently I'm using this timer to fill the pool because my electronic shutoff circuit, which is right there, is malfunctioning. It lasted a couple of years, but it really wasn't designed for this. Basically, I 3D printed a mounting system for that float valve, which is actually turned 180 degrees out of the pool right now because it's not being used. And as the water level rose, it would trip the float valve, and the electronics would shut that motorized valve right there. But it's not resetting. I think maybe the electronics inside are starting to corrode. I'm not sure. But like I said, it really wasn't designed for this. It was designed for indoors, for a washing machine. If the line blew, it would automatically shut off the water supply to the washing machine. And it was, meant to be used for emergencies only, not constant use over and over again. And certainly not outdoors. So that's actually one of the projects on the list. We're going to replace that with a homemade version, and the homemade version is going to be fully programmable, so I can do whatever I want. Alright, now that the pool's taken care of, onto the list.